My plot is like a buffet for the alum leaf miner at this point. Buffet? I've got a lot of groundworks that I need to do to get ready for the season, but unfortunately we've had a lot of heavy rain the past few days, which has caused a bit of like waterlogging and sludgy ground on the plot, so the rain's put a stop to that. So I'm just going to do some fun jobs today, starting by knocking up a quick pea support. That won't go in any deeper. But if I move it over. Well, this isn't going according to plan, is it? It won't go through whatever's in the ground. Let's try one more place. No. What the hell is it hitting? I don't understand. I don't understand what could possibly be under there. I'm just going to see if I can dig it and get it in like that. Even the spade's not going in. You know, what I said in the previous video, there's just hardcore everywhere on this plot. My spade is just hitting hardcore. That's as deep as I can go. It'll just have to do. Let's try again. It's not as deep as I'd like, but it'll have to do. This side's gone in a bit easier. That was supposed to be easy. They're not in as deep as I'd like, but hopefully they'll hold, because they're only going to be coming up to about 80s pea plants. It's not like they're going to be beasts. I picked up this at Bridgemere Garden Centre. It was reduced to £3.75. Yeah, this is how I make all of my pea supports, just because it's quick, easy and cheap, you know. They're probably going to be famous last words. I normally use a bit of chicken wire that's hanging around and just use it the size it is. I've never tried to cut it before, so this could be interesting. I need to try and get into the stuff first. Let me know, they didn't want this to unravel, did they? Aye, aye. Without blinking Nora. This is wrapped up better than my Christmas presents. I'm just going to cable tie this onto here, basically. Oh, there, got one. These aren't going to be perfect, they're just holding it roughly in place and hold it together a bit more securely later on. Right, you see that'll hold them in place now. I'm going to wheel it across to the next one. Right. Oosh. Let's get this one in place. I don't really want to lean on the bed, but I'm going to have to. Right, that should hold that well enough for now. Nice. Get this last bit on. Oh, should I cut it first? Let's try cut it first. No. Ah, there we go. You have to give it a little bend. Pinch and bend. Way, we're on a roll. Pinch and bend. Yes. Yes. Oh, it's going through it like butter now. There we go. Job is a good one. Yeah, so before I actually put any peas on it, I support it a bit better with some stronger cable ties. But that'll hold for now, and the main infrastructure's there in place. And the real cool thing about it is you can make it this year, pull it up when you're done with it, wrap it up, put it in the shed, and as long as all your beds are roughly the same length, next year you just unravel it and hammer it where you want it again, which is exactly what I did with this one here. So in this bed, I'm going to have broad beans at the back, the variety of Rama. I'm not sure if that's how I pronounce it, but that's our favourite variety from last year. We tried Vroma and Bunyard exhibition, and Vroma were just so much more productive, and it made much fatter pods, so we stuck with them. We tried another type this year too called Superifrin. I'm growing them over there. We're putting the broad beans at the back because they'll grow really quite tall, and the peas will only grow to yay high. So then the peas aren't going to block the light from the broad beans, vice versa. If I did it the other way around, the peas would struggle. And if there's enough space at the front, I might even do a row of like beetroot or maybe dwarf French beans. A little row of something short at the front, but we'll see. Spring onions. Really, these are a bit small, but they're just sitting in modules in my front garden. I've not got a greenhouse or anything up yet, so as opposed to sitting in the modules, they might as well just go in the ground, really. If the slugs eat them, I'll just sow some more. I'm not that fussy. But I think they'll get going a bit better, actually, in the ground. I need to try and plant them a bit deeper is the only thing. The bean kind of pushed itself up out the module a bit, which is another reason I want to plant them. Just so it can be a bit more covered, you know. We'll see how these fare anyway. They might get slugged to death in just a day or two. They might be fine, we'll see. But I will put a little something in to help protect them from the slugs after I finish planting. I'd normally keep them in the house a bit longer than I did these, but the problem with that is my house is absolutely full of tomatoes and chilies at the moment. Oh, I hope I've not just put my hands in a dog poo, a fox poo or something. That looks awfully like poop. Another thing I'm going to try getting today is these spring onions, which I sown ages ago, I think early January. I've just not had anywhere to put them. I've been doing a bit of reading and I've heard spring onions can be a reasonably good companion for your strawberries, so I figured I'd give that a go. Hopefully I can get the buggers out without damaging them. I always struggle with onions. Ooh. We'll go nice and deep like Dowding. Every noise here, I'm like, is there somebody here? I die of shame if someone sees me filming. Not much room in here for these is the only problem. Well, I don't think they'll be in for long. I suppose they can go quite close. Just going wherever there's a random bit of space, really. These are onions from real seeds called Pompeii Early Bunching Bulbing spring onions, which I like for the mouthful of the name, but I bought them because I tend to have a bit of trouble to get spring onions and onions to germinate. Unless the seed's really fresh, it can be quite tricky. But real seeds, you know their seed's going to be fresh. It's just a guarantee. These came up faster than I've ever known anything to come up before. Always will buy my onion seeds from real seeds. Ooh, they've not got much in the way of roots, but they're holding together. My plot is like a buffet for the alum leaf miner at this point. Buffet? Come on, little guys. We'll go down here. Right. There's no real rhyme and reason to this, to be honest. It's just whopped them in. Oopsie. That might be it for this bed. I'll have to find a bit of space for 4 more. I reckon actually I can just whack them in the front of this bed because they're not going to interfere with the peas. Still on gear. Ooh, there we go. Not the one I was going for, but I'll take it. Three. And 4. I did say earlier on I had a bit of a trick up my sleeve for dealing with the slugs on these, and that's just I'm going to use these. Oh, my poor neighbour very kindly gave me these the other day because he was getting rid of them. These are called slug traps, and what you do is, this is out of date beer, you just bury the bucket somewhere in your bed, like so, fill it with beer. Whenever I fill a beer trap, I smell the beer. It makes me want to go sit in a beer garden. Pop the lid on, stop the rain getting in. The slugs find the smell of this irresistible. They go in. I don't know if they have a drink and get drunk or whatever, but they tend to just drown in there, which isn't nice. I don't like killing the slugs, but I grow this food to eat, and either they eat it or I eat it. So it's like a necessity, really, that I get rid of them. But these are the first real slug traps I've ever owned. I normally make DIY ones out of old butter tubs, yogurt tubs, anything like that. You don't have to spend money on it. I have all my family members saving up margarine tubs for me. And what I do is, in fact, I'll show you one now. So here's a homemade slug trap that I made out of a butter tub. And if I take the lid off, we will see inside. I know it's sad, but we have some dead slugs. Yeah, so they do work. I had to take action because these were getting hammered, and since the trap's been in, they're doing a lot better. Yeah, and here's my next broad bean bed. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to plant out my little seedlings along the front. And I have already got a slug trap in here, but I might put... No, do you know what? I'll put another slug trap in my onion bed up there. Yeah, I'm just going to part my next succession of broad beans in this bed. I haven't really got room for many, is the only problem. I'll do them like this. And I'll put these right close to the edge. I think it'll be fine. Ooh. Yeah. Who says you need to follow the rules, eh? This variety is actually a lot more further on than the other one, so you never know, these might take over as our new favourite and might be the ones we choose to grow next year. Because like I say, we definitely like the name. That's 5 plants. That might have to do. Oh, do I want to squeeze this in right on the end? Do we think it'll survive if I do? If I wedge this in right by this slug trap? Well, we can only try and see what happens. So there's that bed all planted up. And I am just going to go and put a slug trap in this bed here. Something's been nipping away at these onions. I don't know if it is slugs, but we got the beer and we got the trap, so why not protect against them, eh? It's as simple as that. You're not putting no chemicals and nasties in your ground. Yeah, job's a good one. I might as well quickly show you around some of the things I've done since the last video as well. I've put 3 barrels in here now, and I've put this little, I don't know what to call it, edging in to retain the soil, because that's the level the soil's going to need to be at. I've also put edging stones in here to hold the wood chip. The wood chip's new. Every time I put a new barrel in, I put the wood chip in front of it. And I've also put edging stones on every pathway along this side of the plot, just to try and keep it tidy, because the wood chip was going everywhere. We spent about 6 days total trying to do this, and it's been a nightmare. We measured the box, it was the wrong size. We screwed these buttons on to make it just about wide enough. Then we tried to screw the base on. We can't get the screws in all the way, but they're jammed now and we can't back them out. And then I put a spirit level on it and to top it all off, it wasn't square. So we've given up with that now. I've asked my cousin who's a joiner if he can come and have a look and do it for me. And he says he'll have a look and it should be quite easy for him. So fingers crossed they get up. Like in the next 5 weeks I could do them up. But like we just don't have the skills and know-how. We've tried our absolute best and we can't do it. Like, so I'm leaving them now. I'm not even going to stress over them. I'm going to do what I can do because I've just wasted so much time on them when it wasn't wet that I could have been doing stuff like and made some decent progress. But it is what it is now. There's no point dwelling on it. So yeah, I'm leaving that for a man. Something I'm trying to do just a little bit of every time I come at the moment is this area here. It's just like clearing some of it. So I might take the edges off one of these old rotten beds. I might rip up the rest of this decking. I might even, if I'm feeling really brave, start trying to clear these bricks and gravels out of here. We'll see. It's hammer time, which is, we all know, is one of my favourite times. Oh God, what's going on here? Every time I get the hammer out lately, it's really quite disappointing. It's what it is, I guess. I thought that was going to be a big job, but apparently not. It's all just come out in one. I don't know if you can see, but look at all the slugs living under there. Absolutely shocking. And as per for the course, bindweed. While I'm here and I got my hammer, I might as well try and take the rest of this bed apart. Nope. You don't want to come up? That's fine, I suppose. I can just hammer you some more. Yeah, just everything. Like, at a glance, on the face of it, looks alright, but it's all just totally rotting through. See? It's knackered. Like, you can probably just crumble it away with your hands, like. So, that's why it all needs redoing. Anything that I can reuse, I will reuse. But at the moment, even stuff that starts off looking promising, when you get close to it, I don't think there's going to be much salvageable, to be honest. Which means my poor off is going to be dragged the tip again. Honestly, the carloads of rubbish we have took the tip off this pot and we've barely touched the sides. Ooh. What I'm not going to do is take apart the onion bed. One, the soil in it's very good. Two, I really want to get onions, so when I work all the rest of this area, I'm going to leave that as it is. And I'll do something with that later on. Yeah, once again, I was hoping to be able to save some of this wood, but that is just, it's rotten down the middle. So, it's not going to be savable. The wood that seems to fare the best from everything that I found around the pot is the decking. But even this, it must have been here that long. This is nearly gone through. The reason I try to do this a bit a day is because I don't like it. It's not fun to me. So I think I'm just going to pick up those bricks. Then that's it.